Hello and welcome to this special tutorial for TigerCreate. Today I will show you how to create a book with augmented reality, in short AR. I first will show you an example for an interactive book that uses augmented reality. Please look at this video capture of my iPad Air. I'm looking through the camera on my book Little Polar Bear. It's German. I open the book and go to a special scene I prepared, this one. And you can see that
Henry called trees.
something is happening
They
here.
were such fun to climb.
The page
In one
is
brown
coming
stalk
to life.
sat a funny green animal,
You see,
which suddenly turned white.
we have the
just
English
like
text,
ours. It's a chameleon, Henry said.
and I
It can change
hide
its
away
color.
the text plate again,
Lars
and the
thought
page is fully
that was a
interactive. I
handy thing
touch
to be able
the
to do.
chameleon, the white one, it hides. Now it's at the tree trunk. I touch it again, it's at the back of the hippo, and when I touch it once more, it again hides in the tree. That's my interactive scene projected on the book. You can see it here. I have another feature here, the pause mode. I touch the button to the lower right, and now I can do whatever I want with my iPad. I do not have to focus on the book anymore, but I can still interact with the scene, tap on the chameleon, look at the text, read it, and do whatever I want. I tap on the camera symbol again, and the page is again shown live and in motion. Now I flip the page and go, for example, to this scene here, and you see that's a hippo in the water, and when I touch it, it jumps out and yells, "Boo!" Here we have another effect, like a pop-up book. You can see that the images, the 2D images, are rotated in space, rotated around their x-axis. The x-axis shows to the right, and the image is rotated so it stands up from the normal book, as you can see. That's a very nice effect. To enable augmented reality, the user has to do the following steps to create image targets. The targets are these illustrations in the book that should be recognized and then augmented with additional animations and interactions. I look at the side, I look back again, you see the illustration, and then it's augmented. That works really fast. To create an AR-enabled book, you first have to prepare the images. I take the PDF file of our book and open it up in Photoshop. Here, page number 4 is the one I want to have. It's loaded. And now you see this is our page. I'm only interested in this illustration here because I want to overlay it with our augmented reality animation. So I cut it out. The image must be RGB color and 8-bit per channel. Scale it down so the longer side, width or height, has 1024 pixels. This is done. I look at it in 100%, and this is fine. If you want to, you can sharpen the image a little bit. It enhances the capability of the augmented reality engine to recognize the image. That's it. Choose Save for Web and save it as a JPEG with 100% quality. Save. I save it in my AR tutorial source folder and I name it Scene 08 AR. Scene 08 AR. Please only use standard letters A to Z in lowercase, A to Z in uppercase, the numbers 0 to 9 and the underscore character. Do not use hyphen or any special characters. Save. And it's done. You see here scene08ar.jpg. This is the image in the book that will be recognized by the augmented reality engine. The maximum image size is 2.25 megabyte. If the image is bigger, reduce the JPEG quality, e.g. to 90 or to 80%. But don't get too low, otherwise the image might be difficult to recognize. Do this for all the images you want to get recognized in your book. It must be, of course, at least one image. The maximum is 100 images. Tip: it's a good practice to name the files in a way that you can see they are used for augmented reality, e.g. mark them with ar.jpg at the end, as done here in scene08ar.jpg. Create a free license key for your book. You have to open up Safari, your browser, open up a new window, and go to the Vuforia Target Manager. You find it at https://developer.vuforia.com/target-manager. Log in if you already have an account, or create a free account first and then log in. I'm logging in. Go to the license manager here and click on Add License Key and give it a name, for example, AR_tutorial. Choose mobile as device here and starter no charge as the license key. If your AR book is published in TigerCreate, you can keep the free license and everything is fine. If you later want to create a standalone app for iOS or Android outside of Tiger Books, you have to choose the classic option if you want to remove the Vuforia watermark. But you don't have to do this, this is optional. Click on Next. Check the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions of the Vuforia developer agreement and confirm. Now your license key is created. Click on the license key in the list and then copy the complete key into a text document. Use the app TextEdit for this. Now you can use format make plain text. Convert this document to plain text? Yes. And this is your license key. You need it later for TigerCreate. Our next step is to create the target database with all the images. Click on the Target Manager. Click on Add Database and give it a name, e.g. AR_tutorial. Create. Choose your database, AR tutorial, and now choose Add Target. You use a single image and now you browse for the image that you already prepared. Scene08ar.jpg. For width, you enter 10, and please do not change the name, it's already perfect. Scene08ar. Add this image. Now the target is uploaded and analyzed. You can see it here, and after a while just refresh the website. And you can see the rating, and it's perfect. 5 stars out of 5 for this image here. Now repeat these last steps for every image you want to get recognized. So again, add target, upload another image for the next illustration in your book, till the moment when all your illustrations are uploaded and analyzed. Now we need to export the created target database with all the images in it. In the Target Manager, select your AR tutorial database. Here you have all your images, your analyzed images. We, for this example, use only one. Now, download the dataset. For select a development platform, choose SDK and go on Download. The zip file is downloaded and put into your Downloads folder. I open it up here and I unzip it, remove the zip, go into this AR tutorial folder, and the only thing you have to do here is rename these files to ar.dat and ar.xml. In the XML, you can see all the images you analyzed. For example, Scene 08 AR. Now create a new AR TigerCreate book. First, open TigerCreate and choose New Book. Let's call it AR Tutorial Book. We add one language, English. We want to use the text plate feature, and we enable augmented reality for this book. Now we need to copy in the key we got from the Euphoria portal. That's it. And now for good measure, I drag in the book cover. That's it. Let's create the book on the desktop. And as you can see here, AR tutorial book, it's created. Now I switch to the folder where the book project is created. I open the AR files we prepared, and the only thing I have to do now is copy the ar.dat and ar.xml files into the project AR folder. Here we need these files. And additionally, please copy the Scene 08 ar.jpg file into the AR folder too. Now we continue and build an AR-enabled Tiger book. This tutorial AR book should only have one AR scene. This means that one image, one illustration in the book can be recognized and then augmented with animations and interactions. To do this, first open the AR Scene options and check the Use AR in this scene checkbox. Then select the Scene 08 AR.jpg image. If you look at the canvas now, here, this is the workspace where you animate your scene. You can see the illustration from your book in the background. I make the window a little bit bigger, and here you can see it. This is exact the illustration how it is displayed in the book. And you see it is put here as a kind of reference. It is good practice to save the scenes often, so I save the scene now. I call it S08 because it was the 8th scene in the book. Now we add some images and sounds to the project. I just drag the images I prepared in here into the book navigator, and I do the same with the sounds, just drag them in. And now you can see the images here are displayed. You can make them bigger to see them better. And the sounds are in this folder. With this done, I now place some floating ice into the water near the hippo because the hippo is hot and would like to be cooled down a bit. I add a little animation here. So I start the record mode for the ice float, record the start position, record another key and the end position again. Now I go to the key in frame 30 and move the ice a little bit. And I enter the preview mode and you can see the ice floating back and forth and cooling the water down a bit. This is a keyframe animation. And now I go into the scene options. There's an empty background for AR. This is nice because I want the book illustration to be visible. And I do a screenshot. I save the current scene view as screenshot. This is needed to get my small thumbnail. To test the augmented reality scene, you have to create an iOS or Android app now and put the app on the device, because only on the device there is a camera. If you do not know how to do this, please go to the TigerCreate.com homepage and have a look at the TigerCreate tutorials, number 9 for Android and number 10 for iOS. There you can find all the information needed to create and test apps directly on your device. I select Test Book, save it, and I want to save the AR tutorial book on the desktop. You can see this is the AR scene. There are no other scenes in the book, just this one AR scene. I want to publish a standalone iOS application for testing. I call it AR Test. And I already put in the ABC app ad hoc provisioning profile. I prepared this for testing my apps with a matching bundle identifier. And I want as a target the device, because I want to have a device with a camera. I do not set up the icon now. There's a default icon used. Test book now. And the EPUB is built and the EPA file is created. In the meantime, I can start Xcode because I want to put the app on the device on my iPad Air. And with Xcode started, I can go to the Window and Devices. Here you can see my iPad. I select it. And now look here. This is the app that was created by TigerCreate. Just take it and drag it onto the installed apps list. Now the app in the provisioning profile is copied to your testing device. As you can see, the app is installed AR Test with the correct bundle identifier. Now I want to show you how it looks on my iPad. So I start QuickTime. Say done and start a new movie recording. I switch to the iPad and you can see this is my AR Test app installed on the device. I start the app and the app you can see starts in camera mode. This is the book. Now I open up here the scene with my hippo and you can see it's the normal book, but there's an ice floating in the hippo's water pool. You can go near and you can go far away. To make the scene a little bit more interesting, I created and retouched some images. I go to the scene options, and here you see the new background I did. It has exactly the size of the image target. So it's 1016 by 1024 pixels. So this can be used as a background and is just put on top of the image that is recognized by the camera. I say empty background again. You can see this image is recognized by the camera, and now I hide it behind my own image. So the hippo is gone. Then I remove the eyes. I don't want it here. And now I take the trees and put them on top here. Make them a little bit more big so they fit on top here. And I put the anchor point to the bottom. So now something about clipping. This area is recognized, and in here all the animations will happen. But some images you want to have outside sometimes. So for example, these trees. So if clipping is enabled, these images that are outside are cut away. I can show you in the preview mode. You see, the image is cut away. If you stop the clipping, if you uncheck it, the full image is visible. And that's what we want to have. So the image is put on top here. And now we need the hippo, and we want to have the hippo in here. I put the anchor point here a little bit down. So I make the hippo bigger. 1.6 should be big enough. Now look in the preview mode. Now you see this is the scene that will be displayed. Now it would be nice to have an animation for the hippo. I already prepared the images here, so I add a new frame by frame animation. It's called a sprite sheet animation. Hippo anim, and I take all these frames and just drag them into the frames list. And now I take these frames and add them, and now I just have to reorder them. So it starts with frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With frame 6 the hippo is fully visible, and then it hides again with frame 5, 4, 3, 2, and yes, we need frame 1 for the end 2. So that's it. And if you look at it here, you can make it bigger. It's very slow because it's used to 20 frames and we have 24 frames per second, so it's almost 1 second for each phase. But we can make it faster, so we say only 1 frame for all of these images. Now you see the hippo appears very fast and goes down. And now we want to have the hippo, when it's fully visible, to stay a little bit longer. Now watch this. It appears, says hello, and goes down again. This is the animation I want to have. Now I select my hippo and connect it to the hippo animation. Now go to the preview mode, and you see it's looping. It's playing always again and again. Now we just need to go to the scene navigator and put a button in here. Let's call it hippo button. Make it really big so you cannot miss it. Put it on top. And now in the button properties, connect it with a plus sign to the hippo. And play it only once, repetitions. The sound should be the boo sound the hippo is making. Now I save again, go to the preview mode. And that's it. And now I want to add some text. In the scene options, I say hello text. Here's my text box. I used the text blade, though the text will be hidden and only appear when I push the text blade button. I prepared some text, so I can only copy it from here and put it into the text box. The beach was hot and yellow. And now I connect the speech with a speech voice file. Now go to the preview mode.
The beach was hot and yellow. It burned Lars' pores. He ran to a river.
Now I add some word highlighting here. So set the first frame.
The
Beach
beach was
hot
and
yellow.
yellow.
So just so you can see how it's done.
The beach was hot and yellow. It burned Lars' pores.
I say stop, rewind, play again.
The beach was hot and yellow.
And you see the word highlighting is working. So now we have a scene with sound effects and all that stuff. And the images are prepared. So I create the app again, save. And the setting all stay the same. The provisioning profile is the same. The bundle identifier is the same. Provisioning profile takes a bit to load on my computer because I have many files. Now it's there. Say test book, replace it, and it's quite fast. I again open up Xcode, go to my iPad Air, wait till the EPA is finished. Here it is, and then I copy it onto the device again. While it's copied, I start my QuickTime player again, and again start a new movie recording. Here we are. And now I start our new and updated and improved AR app again. Look at the book.
The beach was hot.
Look at this book
yellow.
here. And you can see that's our book.
He ran to a river nearby. But just as he was about to plunge,
I have my text.
A very big tan animal sprung out of the water. Boo! It said.
And the hippo
Lars
is coming out of the
ran
water.
died.
The only thing now, it's quite flat because that's how we designed it.
Boo!
And I will now show you a trick how you can
Boo!
use these images and use the third dimension to make a pop-up book. For this you need to change the orientation of the trees and of the hippo and rotate them around the x-axis, and it will look much, much nicer than this. Let's get back to TigerCreate and go to the trees in the background. And now take this feature, 3D AR rotation, and say rotate using x-axis. Rotate using x-axis. And now you can say that this image should rotate around the x-axis. And this x-axis shows to the right side. So if you rotate it, it rotates towards you. And we say it's a minimum rotation of 60 degrees and a maximum rotation of 90 degrees. And I put in the same values for the hippo. I say yes, rotate using x-axis from 60 degrees to 80 degrees. Now, save again and test book, save, export it just the same like we did before. This is the AR scene already selected. I wait for my provisioning profile to appear. Here it is. I test it for device and say test book, replace it, and it gets exported. So when it's finished and the old one is overwritten, I just drag it on the device again. Here we go. And this is my device screen, and wait till it's copied. Yes, it's copied. Now I start the AR app again. I look at this, and now you see the effect. Now the hippo is coming out of the water when you touch it, and it looks really nice. This is our pop-up book effect, and it was just done with one setting, and everything looks just great. That's it. This is how you do it and how you create an augmented reality app and how you test it. It's sometimes easier to test with an Android device because we have an option on export that after export the APK is automatically installed on the Android device, so it makes for a little bit faster testing cycles. So enjoy, and I will be very happy to see what you can do and what you can create with TigerCreate. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.